He's phenomenal. I've never been around a football player like this, and probably never will in my career again.
A lot of times I catch myself handing the ball off, and instead of carrying out a fake, I turn around as quick as I can just so I can watch him. You just never know when he's going to do one of those things that you say, man, nobody else would have done that. Nobody else could have done that.
Corner, throws, in the flat to Faulk.
He is the best receiving back I've ever seen. I mean, he makes big plays.
What a move, 35-30.
It seems to be effortless. His ability to shift and make guys miss. He stops as if to say, okay, you go by now, and I'll go when you go by. It's like he's a traffic cop or something like that. He directs traffic while the game is going on.
We talk about, the Randy Mosses and the Brett Favres and the Chris Carters, very talented football players, but I don't think none bring to the table what Marshall Faulk brings to the table as a complete package.
Breaks a tackle at the 25.
I don't know if there ever will be another Marshall Faulk. He's incredible.
When people would talk about Marshall Faulk, you get the sense that he could leap tall buildings in a single bound. But there was a time when the word on the street was something Faulk didn't care to hear.
What's the most difficult problem that you've had to solve since you've been in the NFL?
When I was younger, my first couple of years, just outside expectations of people and what they have, the perception that they have of you.
They thought you were a prima donna?
Yeah.
Drafted second overall in 1994, he became an instant celebrity in Indianapolis. But it turned out no one liked Marshall more than Marshall himself.
When I first came into the league, there was a lot of individual goals that I set, and that's the kind of person that I was. I always, felt like I went out there and did my job, and that's all I had to do.
Faulk answered his own call and hit the NFL in full stride, gaining over 1,200 yards on the ground in his first season.
Faulk at the 5, still driving down, and a touchdown!
In the years to come, his numbers dropped due to injuries, but he remained the Colts' greatest asset and most aloof personality until one Sunday in 1998.
In 1998, we were a young football team, and it was my 5th year. I don't think I've ever took the role as being a leader on the team. And, it was kind of time for me to step up. I had a game against Baltimore. I rushed for 199 yards and maybe caught for almost 100 yards and scored like 4 touchdowns in that game. And we lost the ball game all because of this one play. We were down by like 2 or whatever, and we're driving down, and I had an option right out of the backfield, and you run this right at 6 yards. I ran it at 3, Peyton threw the ball, they hit my helmet, they catch an interception, they kneel on it, ball game's over. And we're in the meeting room, and Jim Moore just kind of laid into me, and I'm like, I'm playing my heart out.
Ironically, in what had been his best game ever statistically, Faulk was the GOAT for the first time, a realization that hit him harder than Ray Lewis.
I kind of, had an out-of-body experience. I looked at myself and I was like, okay, this will teach you a lesson. I changed my outlook on the game.
How did you change
it? That it just wasn't about me anymore. It wasn't about if I did my job.
So now you're looking at it as a team.
Yeah, I never understood that. Although I can do my best, I need to try to get more out of the guys around me.
His epiphany was too little, too late for the Colts, who shipped him to St. Louis after the season, where a fresh start helped motivate a player who had seen the light. Faulk adapted his game to the Rams' pass-happy offense, and though his carries dropped by 20%, he became a more complete back, joining Roger Craig as the only other player to gain 1,000 yards rushing and receiving in the same season.
We knew he was a real good football player, okay? But I didn't know he was as good as he is. I really didn't. And in fact, it took a while for me to be convinced he's as good as he is.
Corner, handoff, Marshall Faulk gets across the line of scrimmage, and then some more. Breaks a tackle at the 25, to the 20, heading to the outside, to the 10, to the 5, touchdown Rams!
We didn't block anybody, Michael. We didn't block anybody.
Can you tell me why we paid that guy that much money?
That was sweet there.
For the Rams, Super Bowl 34 was the culmination of the greatest turnaround in NFL history. And the change was mirrored in the ultimate me player, who reached the ultimate stage as part of a team, and the following year finally became a leader. In 2000, Faulk scored more touchdowns in a single season than any other player in history and carried the Rams to the playoffs en route to the league MVP.
He has now broken the NFL record for touchdowns in a season. That's his 26th.
You read these articles, these pieces are done about you. Is there something that you think, you know, this is something that they never say about me that I really take a lot of pride in?
The most is my knowledge of the game.
Hey, on the scat, look at the scat. They gave us the Charger look, but the guy that's on the end, he was walked out on the slot.
He has such a great understanding of the technical aspect of the game, and he can problem solve on the field. He's so much fun to talk to on the sideline. We can run the football, and we come back, and we've got a no gain on something, and he says, you know, so-and-so, if he just did this and sealed that, I can hit that crease. And he can see a leak in the protection and jump over and help out.
In fact, one of the reasons that the Rams were able to run so many 4 and 5 receiver sets and rarely max protect Kurt Warner was because of Faulk's blocking ability.
Kurt Warner, home run ball. Torrey Holt in the end zone. He's there. Touchdown, Rams.
I understand the game of football. I really do.
Do you ever want to be a coach?
I don't know if I can be a coach because I don't know if I can accept mediocrity. You know, like there's some players that feel like I just can't do that. And those words can't come out of my mouth with me.
It's an attitude that was never more evident than in 2001 when he fumbled for the first time in 502 touches.
Damn.
You have no idea how pissed I am right now.
They were telling me first time since '99.
Well, that was the playoffs. I haven't fumbled in a regular season game in 4 years.
Really? I remember seeing a commercial that said, I never fumbled.
I know, man. Oh, man.
I know that was killing you.
Oh.
I know that was killing you.
Man. Oh, right. Thank you, man. Sorry about that.
What?
That fumble. I don't fumble, Coach.
I know you don't.
I don't fumble.
Don't worry about it.
I think that trying to make everything perfect and doing everything right makes you a better ball player.
While Faulk's quest for perfection may have partly explained his success, his talent, like many of the great ball carriers of the past, was easier to appreciate than understand.
I've interviewed Jim Brown, Walter Payton, Gale Sayers. There seems to be something about running backs that's instinctive, that you just can't explain.
I think that in the way that we go about our business, we're all artists. When you're running the ball, basically that's what it is. There's a set place where the player is supposed to go. Sometimes it's there, sometimes it's not. And then from there, it's what's inside of you. Just like every other artist, you know, he doesn't know why or for whatever reason what made him paint this picture. It's how you feel and what you think and what you see, what you trust, what you know already. That's the only thing that I can think about running the football is like.
With avant-garde moves blended with a simple elegance of form, Faulk painted on a 100-yard canvas like Picasso in pads. Except, unlike most artists, Marshall's masterpiece wasn't created alone.